We are so excited that you want to become a volunteer here at Woodville Grace Brethren Church. But before you become a volunteer, there are a couple of things that are required of you. First, you must sign a covenant agreement. It's basically a contract saying that you're going to follow our guidelines and also that you're going to hold yourself to a higher standard spiritually. You know, the Bible places a high value on children, and your example is extremely important to the kids that walk through our doors. So if you haven't already, you need to fill out a ministry application form, which can be found in the church office. And also it can be found on the church website. And then after you're finished filling that out, you can either hand it to me, hand it into the church office, or you can hand it into your ministry director. Another requirement is that you need to have attended WGBC for at least 6 months and continue attending for an average of 3 times a month. You know, parents need to know who is teaching their kids. They need to know you. Hebrews talks about stimulating one another onto good deeds and not forsaking your own assembly, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another. And you know, that's what constant church attendance is all about. You know, it's not just that you're coming to learn, but it's also that you're coming to interact and encourage other church members. Now, we know there might be some circumstances where 3 Sundays a month isn't always possible. For example, you might be taking care of an elderly parent, and that causes limitations for you, so you're not able to attend as much as you'd like. We completely understand in those circumstances. Just be sure to talk to your ministry director. Be sure to talk to me. We do have a high standard for our teachers, and we do have high expectations because we want good quality teachers. You know, another requirement is that all volunteers need to complete the required training. As you're doing right now, you're watching a video, and basically that's all that it's going to be, is watching videos and signing off paper saying that you watched the videos. We want to make sure that you guys have the knowledge you need when you walk into a classroom. You're going to encounter certain circumstances that maybe you don't know how to confront. So that's what these training videos are all about. They're to aid you and help you do ministry better. Certain situations might include how to spot abuse or how to deal with a disrespectful student. That's all a part of ministry. That's all a part of things that you're going to have to be dealing with. So these training videos are a great way to give you the knowledge you need to confront these issues. You know, teachers are also required to be members. You know, we want to make sure that what you're teaching is in alignment with what we believe here at WGBC. So as a member, you signed a paper saying you agree with all of our beliefs and that you're willing to take the next step. And so that's really what being a teacher here at WGBC is all about. We don't want conflicting messages to be spread. We don't want the kids to be confused with us telling them one thing and you telling them another. So being a member really is just making sure everyone's on the same page. We want our church to be in a state of unity and not in a state of confusion. And whenever we're teaching stuff that goes against what our church believes, then there's going to be issues in the long run. Another requirement is you need to have a state background check. And if you've only been in the state for less than 2 years, you also need an FBI background check. So these are some of the things that are required for you to be a volunteer here at the church. If you've already checked off most of the things on the list, that's great. Watch the rest of the training videos and then you're good to go. After you fill out the form, hand it to me, Pastor Jared. And thank you so much for your willingness to serve and be a part of our church here at the WGBC family. We're excited to have you, and we can't wait to see how God uses you in our church.